What's up, YouTube? We're back with the Battle Bunch. So, I did a video on my personal page, but then I forgot I didn't do one for YouTube. So, I have signed up to sell Younique. For ladies, you probably heard of it. It is, I'm in the bathroom. I just got the shower. So, it comes in this box here, gorgeous. It says, hi. There's 4 different types of mascara. One of them's 4D. And then we have a bunch of stuff that I'm about to go through and show you guys. So if anyone wants to purchase some makeup, I can put my link in. I haven't used it yet, of course. I wanted to show you guys first, and then once I get ready to do it, I might do it while you guys on the phone. On the video. So I'm taking this out the box. And so all this, I signed up. You get a kit to sell. It has a value, I think it was $498 worth of stuff, but I only got it for $99. $111 plus with tax. So it comes with a little book that shows you about the mascara and all the stuff that comes with it. And the colors. And so that's what we're going to start with. It's making it hot in here. I'm going to unplug that thing for a minute. So how is everyone doing? Yesterday we were stuck in the house all day. It was raining. In my state anyway. So here's another book. It tells you about stuff. I haven't really actually gone through the book yet myself. Let's see if it shows. Here's some stuff. So, like I said, this is a pretty good deal. So, it comes with your face wipes. It comes with some face masks, little samples. So, then it comes with a brightening mask, your little brush, and here is some Mood-Struck eyeshadow. Here's some more eyeshadow. And if y'all would like, I have a Facebook group that for beautiful, it's called Beautiful Girls. Go look at it. Join if you would like. This is powder. I think this might be too light for me. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. But yeah, it looks too light for me. So I might do like a giveaway with 3 little things in it. I'll let y'all know if I decide to do that. I gotta figure out how that thing works, or that works. So you guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I know we get a lot of watch time, but no subscribers. Make sure you ring it. Ring that bell. And this is liquid eyeliner. So, our state has lifted, well, not lifted, it extended the stay-at-home order until May 8th. And here is some lipstick. So it says we're going to open in 3 phases. So we'll see how that goes. And here's some liquid shadow. I've never had liquid shadow. I'm going to try this today. So actually I'm going to put this to the side over here to know that I'm going to use it. And I'm going to use this liquid eyeliner. And I'm going to use one of these lipsticks, which I think they're the same color. They look like it anyway. So I'll use this one. And the ones that I use, of course, I'll put in a separate thing. So if I do my giveaway, I'll know what I'm doing. So this is some setting powder. Oh yeah, but I don't, let me see, I really don't want to open this because I don't think it's my color. So let me just show you guys. Maybe y'all can get an idea. It's very light. Oh, where's the box? So, and then here is some another hydrating mask. I think this is like just the jar of it. It is the jar of it, of the samples. And then they have cucumber watering toning spritz. I don't really use makeup, so I'm not sure exactly what this does. I will have to look into it. But that also comes with it. So it comes with a little spray. So now you guys, I am going to pick an eyeshadow to use. Let's see here. Well, I said I was going to use the liquid, didn't I? So yeah, I'll use the liquid this time. I'm going to just try it. I may or may not like it. But Yeah, it comes with quite a bit of stuff. This is for $99. Now, like I said, they send you 4 mascaras. This says Lash Slurm. I don't know if I could be saying this right. So let's open this. I didn't open this for my personal page. I guess I should have. Yes, for your lashes. So I'm about to burn up in this bathroom. I have to have the door closed because if I don't, the boys will come in here and ask me 21 questions. This is Epic Mascara. This is the 4D Mascara. This is One Step Fibra 4D Mascara. So I'll use this today. I'm not using that powder. And so this is another Epic Mascara. So you guys, I have this stuff right here that I'm going to use. What is this here? This is lipstick. This is eyeliner. This is liquid eyeshadow. And this is mascara. So I'm going to set these over here to the side. I hear the boys taking their blocks out. I'm going to put this back in, folding my little paper back over. And then I'll put this in the box. And I'm going to get started with my makeup. And I'm going to use my foundation that I had before. Because, like I said, I think that color is too light for me. So, I'm going to use my own. And I hope I'm not boring you guys too much. So, now that I have talked to you guys about Younique, please let your family, friends know about it. And if you would like to purchase, please let me know. Like I said, I'll copy the link. I'll put the link in at the bottom. If I can figure out how to do it. I haven't done it before. Someone might ask me. So, and I put my box away and I have what I'm using right here. So, now, so tomorrow I'm going to do a video, guys. My oldest son's birthday's tomorrow, and we're going to do a prank on him. I got it on my Xbox, but he don't know it. So, yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. He'll be 12, and I swore for the last month. That's all I've heard about is his birthday. But, of course, that's children. I know I did it. So also I wanted to tell you guys, I might do only one child, but about a scared birth story that we had. Y'all hear one of them, the one I'm about to tell you about. And they're hollering at one of his brothers. So this video contains a lot of information about my makeup, about a scary birth story, about a surprise tomorrow. So anyways, so when I had Hayden, he was, I think, 38 weeks. So, you know, I had never had any problems with my other children. So, you know, I kept telling them, I'm going home in the morning. It'll be 24 hours. But he was born at 4 something in the morning. Of course, I wasn't going to leave then, but I told him by 8 I wanted to be discharged to go home. And so that morning, you know, you're too excited after you've been up all night birthing, you know, and finally you get to hold your bundle of joy. And so they come in and gave him his bath or whatever. And I told him, I said, he is blue looking. And she said, oh, that's probably just from his bath. This is the CNA. So, you know, that's what I thought too. Because like I said, I've never had any problems before. So, my husband later on that afternoon, he decided to go home with Logan. And so so I told him I was just gonna take a nap or whatever. And so Logan, Hayden and I would lay him in the little bed that they have. And so anytime he would lay a few minutes, but then he would cry. And so the nurse kept telling me, the only way he would sleep is if he was up here. So the nurse is like, well, if you're going home, this is nighttime by now. She says, if you're going home, let's try this. No. So let's take this off. Where's my wipes? I'll just use this. And I'll put it up. So by this time it was 1 in the morning. And she said, honey, if you're going home in the morning, you need to get some rest. And he can't sleep with you. And so, y'all, I think I have a mess here. Maybe this can be a good video to laugh. There we go. So I said, well, he won't lay down in the crib. And she says, well, let me hold him. So she held him and she laid him down. He done the same thing. And so this is clunky. The guys is in there playing, the big boys. That's a little bit better, guys. And so next thing I know it, she's like, well, I'm gonna take him out here. She's still standing in the room. She said, I'm gonna take him out here and we are I'm gonna see if I can check his oxygen. He looks like he's having some problems. And I was like, oh Lord. She said, you can go ahead and call your husband if you would like. And, ooh. I like. And so, I think I'm gonna order a different color. But I just really like this. And so, no. So, y'all, I'm just experimenting while I'm talking to y'all. Just fun. So, I tried to call my husband. He wouldn't answer. So, to make the long story short, I had done called him like 100 times. And he did not answer. So, I said, well, I'll call his mom at work. And, so I called her and I told her, Hayden was having some breathing problems. And I tried to call her son, but he's just too exhausted. And, so she went home, told him, and they came up to the hospital. And, y'all, I gotta get this off right here. I know my sister's laughing. You know, sometimes I do stuff because my sister watches just to make her laugh. Because she knows I'm not a makeup person. But I just decided to start doing it. So anyway, to make the long story short, Hayden, the time my husband got there, they had done moved Hayden to the NICU. They have said, I can't talk and do this, y'all. I done poked my eye. So you guys don't pay attention. Oh my God. Y'all don't pay attention to this video. Just like and share and subscribe. Like I said, I'm just playing with this stuff. And I'm not doing too good of a job. So, anyway, to make the long story short, they kept saying his eye, or not eyes, but his stomach was expanding. And we couldn't figure out why. And so, they done all these tests, and by this time it's day 2 or 3. This is my worst video ever. So let me stop because I'm about to redo this mess over. So I go home And by this time they discharged me and told me that I couldn't stay because they didn't have nowhere for me to sleep. And so I don't like the liquid eyeliner. But I go home, we go home, and they tell us that we come back in and his stomach is expanding more. And so I'm gonna take my hair down and start straightening it because I'm gonna do something else to my face. So me and my husband was talking, and we thought it was best for him to be transferred to the local children's hospital, which was about 30 minutes away, which not that far. So I had the doctor paged, and they told me, so I asked her, I said, we're wanting him transferred to Brenner's. That's our local children's hospital. And so they, she was like, well, they only can do 5% more than what we can do, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I was like, I don't care how much more they can do, as long as they can get my baby, figure out what's wrong with my baby, because evidently y'all don't know what you're doing or can't figure it out. So then she's like, well, come back here and we'll sign the papers and get him transported. So I go back there, and she's just staring at my baby. This ain't hot yet, I unplugged it. And she's just staring there. And I'm like, what are you doing, honey? And so finally I asked her, I said, what's wrong? Because she's just like, and she says, he's giving up. I said, what you mean he's giving up? She said, he's giving up. I said, well, is he gonna be all right? She was like, I don't know. And I said, she said, let me get the papers now. So then it dawned on me that, so I signed the papers, that I need to go out and tell my husband, because he couldn't do it because, come back with me because they wouldn't let children back there. To make a long story short, I signed the papers, we get them transferred, we get to the hospital. He hadn't opened his eyes in 3 days, and this is day 4. And we get there at 1 a.m., between 1 and 2. And so then we, they let us stay in this little room. They're like, we only can let y'all stay here for tonight. We don't have nowhere else for you to sleep. You can sign up for the Ronald McDonald. So we go take a nap. I wake up, it was about 7 a.m. And I go and look. And he is awake. He's looking around, but he still has the breathing tube. So then there's like, well, the doctor's just coming around at 10. They're gonna do a biopsy on his rectum to see what is, they think he has a rare disease that is called Hirschsprung's. Never heard of it in my life. Well, it takes 5 to 7 days to come back. Longest 5 to 7 days of my life. It seemed like at that moment. So I go back and tell my husband, and so we talked to the doctor, signed the consent and everything. 5 days come, he has it. 3 days later, he has surgery. And he was in surgery for, don't look at my makeup, y'all. It's a mess. I'm gonna take it off. So we 14 hours in surgery. He had to stay 3 days. His whole and colon was affected. He had 80% or like 20% of it left, which is like that much. And so he had to have an ostomy bag. A couple days later, his incision was all the way across. It had busted on one side, about that much. We had to pack it. Finally, a month and a half later, we go home with an ostomy bag. 3 months later, go try for surgery number 2. And surgery for another 14 hours. And to tell us that he still had to have an ostomy bag, they had to remove the rest of his colon because it was damaged also. So here we go with another bag. She says that she wouldn't try for another surgery until he was 18 months to 24 months, or 22 months. So we told her we wanted to wait as long as the 22 months. So he turns 22 months. He has surgery. They had to, nothing had grown. They was hoping that some would grow back. How that works, I don't know. But it didn't. So she had to pull down the rectum, something, and connect it to where he can poop. So he has no ostomy bag. But he has no control of his poop. So, but we was in the hospital for 2 weeks after surgery because he kept throwing up. He wouldn't hold anything down. They couldn't figure out why. Finally, 2 weeks later, they let us go home. But for the first 6 months after surgery, once a month he would have a spell where he would throw up, and he couldn't stop. He couldn't hold anything down. So each time he was put in the hospital for hydration. Nobody knew why. All of a sudden, bam, he was fine. Well, not fine, but you know what I mean. So then we had Luke, and I kept telling him, he ain't pooped, he ain't pooped, he ain't pooped. It's like, well, he's still early, you know. Give us time. Give us 24 hours. 24 hours yet, he still hadn't pooped. Push that button, he ain't pooped. He started screaming off the top of his lungs and said, maybe he's hungry. Maybe he made a bowel movement because he wasn't eating either. That's another sign. The not wanting to eat, green bowel, because Hayden had green bowel coming up. I don't know if I mentioned that. And not pooping. So Hayden did that. Luke did that. All except for Luke didn't do the green bowel. I think it's because I paged them in time. So they came and did an x-ray and said he has a massive error. So there's something blocking his poop. Duh, I told you. So they's like, we're transferring him. I was like, well, get my discharge paper. They're like, well, that's up to your doctor. And I was like, well, go ahead and page her and tell her to discharge her because I'm not staying here. I'm leaving when my baby leaves. So we go get him transferred. This is 4th of July. And so the next morning we go make sure he's set up, see where he's at. Of course we can't stay there, so we told him that we'll go back home. And we will set up a point, he was gonna have a test done at 10 a.m. and that we would be up here before then to see him and everything before. So we go home, get some rest. We get up there about an hour before his test. And, which that's what our goal was, but we didn't. I think it was like 30 minutes before, because of course we had other children to get ready. Then, so we was giving the kisses, holding them. Well, I hadn't held them. They wouldn't let us hold them. And so we go to the waiting room, and we was gonna sit there for a few minutes, and then we was gonna go get a bite to eat. Well, next thing I know, I seen the big dogs running, and I seen the doctor we had just talked to with them. And she said, along with the doctor we was talking to, I said, oh shit. That's what I said to myself. And I told her, I said, come on. He said, what? I said, they waved us to come. He said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. We go back there, and all I see is them pumping 15, 20 people at his bedside. I didn't think that many people could fit there. They started telling us what was going on. They took him downstairs. The nurse told them, thankful for her that she went with them, told them to stop, that he didn't look right. He turned completely gray. When they went to turn him, he got a hole in his intestines. He had to go straight for surgery. Well, while for surgery, they checked for her springs. He had it. But he had half of his colon taken versus Hayden's whole colon. He was in surgery 17 hours. So we stay till after surgery, see him, then we go home. You know, each day we would go up there. Even with Hayden, we was up there daily. We didn't miss a day. And now with my hair's falling out, y'all. So with Luke at 5 days, I called every 2 to 3 hours once we was at home, and I had a camera to watch. But their camera was off. It was off for a while. I know during their cares they would turn it off. So I called to tell them that to turn his camera back on. And she was my husband don't like this thing, but I like it. And so I called, and she said, look, your nurse is busy. Sorry, you guys, I'm gonna redo my makeup. We're busy. Your son's stomach has busted all the way open. I said, what you mean is it busted all the way open? She said, I'm not his nurse, but I can't tell you all of the information, but she just said his stomach's bursting. They're waiting for doctors. I was like, well, do I need to come up there? And she was like, no, what can you do? So you half asleep, but in the mind, you're like, calm down before I flip. Because you have to remind, they're taking care of your baby. They'll do some crazy stuff to them. Some people will, not all of them. And there's people are sick these days. So next day I go there, he's got a Band-Aid all the way across. Literally, this is what his stomach looked like. It's 2 eyes. This was all busted open, and the only thing that was holding is a little piece of skin right here. Well, he stayed a month and a half. We had to pack his stomach. His incision was about that deep that when it busted open. So that was the story of our rare disease boys. Very scary. If you look it up, it's very rare. Only 2 of our children have it. Thank God. So when I had the pregnant with twins, the hospital where the boys was transferred to, they had started delivering babies. And me and my husband just said, we'll just have them there. I'll tell that experience later. Well, I think I might already have. It's on one of them. The videos, I think. I'll have to check just to make sure so I don't leave y'all in the dark. But make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and we'll get back to you guys later. And keep in touch with us. Not keep in touch, but keep on the lookout for our videos. Out.